Underwood. Thin ice! To smoke some weed and shut up. My God.
Oh, there it is. Boom! Yes!
All right. Episode 171. I was thinking about doing an intro with our names, but then I backed off of that. So whatever, who cares? If you see the screen, you see the names. If you look at the description of the podcast, see the names. There you go. I don't know why I even concern myself with that.
That's Ethan Carter. I'm Tyler Bramley.
You just completely stepped on me there, but that's all right. Episode 171, October 17th, 2023. I got stepped on. Okay. It was like Tyronn Lue, Allen Iverson type thing. We got a couple people in the chat here. Let's see. When's the season start?
3 days.
No,
Does that count? Does
They
Ottawa count?
They do. We didn't do a preview for the Ottawa game. We didn't dive into Ottawa's roster to see what they got going there.
I think they're a pretty good hockey team.
It's the same city. I mean, it's not the same thing, but whatever. And they're not good, by the way. But okay.
Oh, okay.
They're a team. Let's put it that way. October 17th. I already said that. A couple weeks away from the season. 12 days away from the Kansas exhibition, which actually matters. The Ottawa one's in 3 days. Nobody cares about that, but we can pretend as though we do. I'm going to put this up here right now because people need to subscribe to the YouTube. We're at 320 something.
Yeah, we're making a push to get to 500 subs. So if you guys aren't subscribed to our YouTube, if you'd hit the subscribe button, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah, I mean that. If you don't, then what are we even doing here?
That's true. Fly the Dub, what's going on? Quackle, long time no see. Thanks for stopping by. Sub to us, like us, repost us on X.
Repost us on X, whatever that is.
And what's it been, like 3 weeks since we had an episode?
Our last one was 13 days, but same thing.
2 weeks.
Yeah, less than 2 weeks, really.
Yeah. So some things have happened. Illinois got another commit. There's other guys making decisions soon. So I guess we'll start talking about Jase Butler. Are you gonna get that thing off there, or?
I can do that if you want me to. There you go.
Thanks, appreciate it. Jase Butler commits to Illinois. 3-star, 6'4", 190 pounds. He's a combo guard. He just got ranked on October 3rd on Rivals 132nd. He is another lefty guard because you know how Brad loves those. And he had some great offers from other schools like California Baptist, Colorado State, Drake, Grand Canyon, and I believe Stanford was in there. UC Santa Barbara might have been in there. He chose Illinois over some prestigious basketball schools.
That feels like a shot.
Maybe. Chester Frazier's been in on this guy for a while. He visited, I believe, late September 23rd-ish. So I don't know. Apparently Illinois coaches see something in this guy that, others haven't seen, which might be good, might be, bad. I don't know. But Jay said, quote, "I've built great relationships with the coaching staff, and I feel like it'll be the best spot to help me achieve my goals. The winning history that the program and Coach Underwood has, it really stuck out to me." So
winning what?
We're doing better than UC Santa Barbara, I guess. So that's good.
I mean, you got to take that anytime you can get it.
Yeah. Are you confused by this pickup? I mean,
no.
You think this is a good pickup for Illinois?
I think it's kind of unfair to judge either way at this point. I think that's an extreme cop-out answer by me. But I don't I haven't watched him very much. What I did watch was okay.
Yeah.
Looks a lot like.
I mean, he's a tall. I mean, 6'4" is nice in a guard. So that class now consists of Merez Johnson, who is obviously the standout, and then 2 3-stars in Jaxtis and now Butler.
Completely
So
forgot about him.
yeah, yeah. Finky 2.0, I think it's that guy.
But
But
not great.
yeah, so I Googled Jace Butler, just kind of see what people were saying. And I came across the Sleepers podcast. A lot of people know who those guys are. And they're starting to question Brad's ability to recruit now.
Yeah, I think that's entirely unfair, but whatever.
They talked about how next year, a bunch of guys are leaving. We have a bunch of grad transfers. Terrence Shannon, of course, will be gone. Coleman Hawkins is probably gone. I mean, he would have a COVID year, I guess, if he wanted one, but I doubt that he would do that. Which I think it's weird because the way Sleepers talked is like, you got to replace those guys with your recruiting class. Was this like a ticker that we can see right now?
Yeah.
Okay. You guys sub if you're listening.
I don't know if it'll work, but whatever. Yeah, I think there's part of it where you need to look back at what John Gross was doing here and then look at what Brad Underwood's done here.
Yeah.
And I don't think that having a bunch of 5-stars works anymore.
I agree. And I think that Brad's more of a develop a guy rather
Did it ever work?
It hasn't worked for Brad. I mean,
did having a bunch of 5-stars or getting a bunch of high-level recruits all at the same time ever work consistently for any program
anybody?
Not named like Kentucky. Or Duke?
Yeah, I was going to say Kentucky.
Like you can get one here and there, and obviously it's all about developing. I mean, you see there's not a lot of freshmen that just come in and dominate. It's kind of there's certain ones, especially in the Big Ten. Like, look at the Big Ten last season. I can probably think of 4 or 5 freshmen that were really, 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 really good. Obviously, Jed Howard was really good. Jalen Hood-Schifino was really good, both guards. Jed Howard, not as much of a guard, but still, similar. Who's the dude from the one place? Really good. I don't know who else. Thinking of a red team.
Guy from the place.
Who did Nebraska? No. Yeah, Nebraska. No, they didn't. Somebody had somebody. I don't know. Whatever. What does it matter?
McGowan or whatever it was. On that kid from Nebraska. Who was the kid? I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, but he wasn't a freshman when he was good. I don't know. Yeah. Malachi Branham a couple years ago worked out. But, other than that, that's not the model to win anymore. You need to recruit players like Jase Butler that you can develop who are untapped potential, possibly. Trent Frazier types in terms of ranking and left-handedness.
Yeah, and I think it's weird that they say that you got to replace guys, with recruits, but then people also talk about how you don't win with freshmen. So, I mean, what's wrong with getting a guy? You're going to have Ty Rodgers back. DGL hopefully will be back. Sincere will be back. I mean, you're going to have guard play covered, after this year. So I don't think it hurts to have a guy like this that, can develop, get stronger. I mean, he's got a good build already, but get him in there with Fletch and who knows what could happen. So, I think Brad's tried get Sky Clark, get those big names, and it hasn't worked. So I don't mind, picking up a couple 3-stars and develop them yourself. So
if you want to reference recent college athletics, I think Sleepers might be fighting for clicks and Brad Underwood's fighting for wins.
Yeah. Fly the Dub says the one sleeper guy likes to stir the pot. Yeah, he talked about how they haven't had anything in Illinois to talk about. So they were.
I assume we're talking about Greg Waddell, who, is somewhat of a friend of the program. So I'm not going to say anything.
Yeah. I mean, I think that they know what gets clicks. So.
Yeah. And I don't know, even if that is a real opinion, I don't agree with it. But I think that other people look at the program differently than maybe we do. Just because it's like the one program that we really, 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 try to,
Yeah. Yep. Crypto's here. What's going on, Crypto? Steve, thanks for stopping by. Good to see you guys. Fly the Dub says an exhibition isn't important. Hey, anything Illini basketball related is important. You guys going, report live from it. Come on. Are you talking about the Ottawa game? I don't know. We might do like, when is that?
Friday
Friday
night.
It's on
right?
Big Ten Plus.
I think so. Yeah.
We could maybe do like a mobile watch party for that or something. I
mean,
don't
if
know.
people really want us to.
If people want us to, we will.
If they subscribe to the YouTube, Jesus.
We will be doing a watch party for Kansas. Be our first official one of the year. So, but back to Jase Butler. Our good friends at Armchair Illini, Brian Benz, broke down his film a little bit. So I just threw in some of the things he said. He said after a steady stream of 100 plus guards, Butler's resume might be a little underwhelming for some. However, recently the guard recruitment has led to a large turnover, destabilizing the year-over-year growth. Great point. He said of Butler that he's very comfortable getting to his pull-up. He, with every move, cool and calculated. Butler also has a bag of hesitations and fakes that allows himself to get to the basket. And he said that he gets to the paint with ease. I think I put the same thing twice. Gets to the paint with ease, and he shows a good vision for cutters. So, and very good with the skip passes. So
it just feels like another guy that they can develop, and we'll see. I mean, I don't understand the thought of, like, what about getting a 3-star makes people say that Brad can't? I don't understand it. Whatever.
I guess that, it's 4-star or nothing these days. So,
which clearly just isn't. It's not real,
Yeah.
And these rankings are so subjective.
That's fair.
The rankings are all different. Some people might have them as a 4. Some people might have them as a 2. Some might have them as a 3. It's not real,
Yeah. I guess this is where things get interesting. Mikey Lewis, who we talked about a couple episodes ago, who Illinois was going after. Illinois made his top 3 along with Ole Miss and St. Mary's, I believe. He is a 4-star combo guard. He's ranked 61st by 247. And he is, according to Dustin Landon at 247, he's going to make his decision within the next 2 weeks. A lot of people are saying Ole Miss for this kid, but he has visited Illinois. He's one of the top scoring guards in the nation right now. And he said on his visit, quote, "On my visit, I grew real close to Coach Frazier, Coach Underwood, and the entire staff. I really like the facilities and what they have to offer. Since the visit, I still talk to Coach Frazier, and he's still my guy." This brings up kind of an interesting thing because there's talk that Jeremiah Fears wants to reclass to 2024. If Illinois gets this kid too, I don't think Jase Butler ever makes it to campus. So, I mean, that's just how I feel about it. I don't know if that's true, but I don't think that Illinois is going to have Jase Butler, Mikey Lewis, and Jeremiah Fears in that class. So probably will end up being just Jase Butler, and
100%.
Maybe Jeremiah Fears. I feel like the only way Illinois gets Fears is if they let him reclass, which I don't think does a whole lot for Illinois.
I fear the idea of reclassing is not good. I just don't think that. Maybe I'm wrong. I just feel like it's a lot to deal with because, if you're having a player reclass, plus the whole thing with his brother, it just feels like something that I think Illinois should stay away from. But if he wants to come here, then go ahead.
Yeah. Steve says he'll take another 3-star Coleman Hawkins. I mean, it's a little different, but sure. I don't think Jase Butler is Coleman Hawkins. That's all I'm saying. So
maybe he's just saying maybe Jack Stees is
Jax. Yeah, Jack Stees. Do you know how to say that?
No, I don't. I don't see why we're still at 323. I mean, can somebody make another account? Jesus.
I don't think we're getting any subs on this. I don't think people that don't sub to us are watching us live right now. So
I don't even know if it's working. I'll try to test it.
Ethan wants to go live until we hit 500. Would you guys like to see us on here for like 78 hours?
Hey, we'll get a lot of promotion with that. That'll be a whole big thing. That's not just going to be, one thing that's, oh, Jesus, come on.
Hey, that's fair. That's fair. Losing one, I appreciate you. He's trying too hard right now.
That's egregious.
Hey,
Okay.
welcome back. All right.
Person, but whatever.
You want to get into the good stuff? The quotes on quotes?
Yeah, I'll fall asleep during this. Go ahead.
Oh, hello. You just made an account, didn't you, Ethan?
No, I didn't make an account. I already had an account.
Oh, you just weren't following us?
I don't know. Maybe not.
Wow.
My accounts sometimes get all mixed up. There's a lot going on there.
Oh, we're moving now. Any open practices this year? I believe they had one. Ethan, we don't have credentials to go to anything.
There's no way we would ever get credentials anyway.
Or just a couple of
it would almost be embarrassing to try.
We're noisy chatters, so
174 to go. Let's go. Come on.
Thank you to whoever subscribed to the YouTube.
Tell your friends to subscribe is what we really need here. We need people to text like, hey, do this.
Is this going to turn into us being on here all day?
No.
Okay.
No.
Good. I don't have time for that.
Well,
I don't have time for that today.
Yeah, you do.
Just go as fans. Yeah. We're not close, and we're
relatively close.
Yeah, hour and a half away, and it's usually during the day. So I don't know. It's just something we haven't really put on the schedule. Maybe next year.
Or the year after.
Yeah, or 5 years from now. Who knows?
Or 10.
All right. Illinois Media Day. Well, Big Ten Media Day. Illinois sent Terrence Shannon Jr. and Coleman Hawkins, along with Mr. Brad Underwood. And Terrence Shannon Jr. and Coleman Hawkins talked about their NBA feedback. Terrence Shannon said, quote, I got good feedback. Most of the feedback I got was just making decisions with my right hand and improving my outside jumper more. That's something that just comes with work, and that's something that we do at Illinois. I was okay with that, so I felt really comfortable with coming back and putting myself in a better position. I believe for next year's draft, I believe that Terrence Shannon's like in the 20 to 25 range right now.
It's definitely a weaker class, which is why it made a lot of sense for some of those guys to return.
Right. Yeah. Coleman said, quote, I was getting some great feedback as well. I thought it was best for me to come back to Illinois. This gets a little weird here. There's great housing, a great program, and I'm familiar with everything. I think it was a mature decision for me to come back to school. He said, quote, teams want to see me shoot the ball more. I'm a little passive at times. That's a big thing for me, is improving my 3-point percentage. How do you feel about Coleman shooting more threes?
Let me put it this way. I'm trying to tweet this out to try to get us to 500, even though it's not going to happen today. But at least people pay attention. I think people. I'm not even going to go there. Okay. I think you don't even know where I was going to go. One thing that I would say about this is, this team is going to be raining everything from three to where it's like, hey, if Coleman's going to miss him, he's going to miss him. It's not going to matter when Damask, Harmon, Goody, all those guys are just nailing threes all day.
Do you think we see more of a pull-up game from Coleman this year? I mean, instead of the head fakes and then sits around.
I think we see more backing down in the paint.
More inside game.
Yeah. Which might be what he was best at last year.
Yeah, I agree. When he played the 5 spot, he was definitely better. Shidewinder, what's going on? Fly the Dub says, Coleman, they up my NIL.
Probably should have just said that, yeah.
Quackle says, shoot the ball more, dead emoji. Or skull and bones emoji. So, yeah. Coleman's going to shoot more, guys. I think we talked about this because Brad had a media day like with the local guys, and he talked about the point guard spot a lot. But he said, "quote I feel really good about it. We're multi-dimensional. We have scoring there. We have passing. We've got size." So again, Brad's not worried about the point guard situation, but. Apparently that's going to be the main topic.
Yeah, this is already getting annoying for
forever.
people.
He was asked about the 3-point shooting once again, obviously. He said, quote, "Are we a better shooting team? Yes, absolutely. We've addressed it, but I think it's more about the shot selection we take and getting the right guys shooting them." We talked about it after the Spain trip. He wants to be down about like to 30% shooting from three. Last year they were like 42% in their shots. So
if one thing you can take away from Spain, I know people are like, "Oh, look at the shooting percentages." Okay, different ball, different rim, different gym. I mean, let's all relax with that. They move the ball a lot. This is a team that I think is going to move the ball a ton.
Yeah, I agree. This team's going to get out and run. Imbrots told his sister to subscribe. Appreciate you. Scheidwinder says RJ off the team improves the shooting quite a bit by itself.
That's fair. That's a fair point.
Jay says, so when's the next 5-star coming here?
Morez Johnson.
The football and basketball upgrades with facilities, I thought it would improve recruiting.
You still have to remember.
I think Morez will be a 5-star by the time he comes.
You still have to remember that they're still in football. They're competing against Michigan and Ohio State. And I mean, Illinois gets a lot of football players from Florida, which is where players go to Alabama and Georgia and Texas and good football schools, which Illinois is clearly not. And in basketball, you're still competing against the big dogs. And I think that Illinois, if any team should have learned a lesson from you don't always need a 5-star or a 4-star, it's Illinois. Because look how many failures there's been. Sky Clark was a joke. Adam Miller didn't work out, whatever reason. Jaden Epps didn't work out. Positional versatility issues and such. Andre Curbelo didn't work out. Too much energy.
How about Jaden Epps dropping 46 points?
Good for him, man. Very excited for him. Like to see him do it in a real game,
Yeah. I mean, you could probably drop 46 in a secret
scrimmage. I could
scrimmage.
drop 66 in a secret scrimmage, okay? Jaden Epps, we all know he's good,
Yeah.
Just didn't work out here. Tell me on this team right now where Jaden Epps would play. That's the thing. Like, Illini fans are going to get mad. You're not going to put him at point because it didn't work. He's not a passer. He's a scorer.
Yeah.
It's like Ray J. Dennis, except Ray J. Dennis was older and way better. Except Ray J. Dennis was also kind of an actual point guard. But Epps is an undersized 2. Didn't work at the 1. I don't know what people want. I don't understand all these idiots on Twitter who will not shut up about this. Like, oh, look at this. All these Michigan fans and fans of other teams. I don't mean to directly call it Michigan fans, but I feel like I saw more of them than anybody. Just like, I'm going to root for Epps so hard so it makes Brad Underwood look bad for losing another high recruit. It's like, get a life, please.
Yeah, I think that the team's moved on and past it, and us as fans, we should too. So I'm glad I brought it up.
Yep.
Hawkins was asked about the chemistry and the team goals. As everybody probably knows, last year something was going on with this team. Chemistry seemed off a little bit. He did take some shots. I'd say some jabs. I'll have to text my friend that's the jab judge and see. Shout out Quinn Allen. My friends that don't listen and can't do podcasts. So
I mean, you want me to repeat it? I'll say it again. I don't care.
Jeez.
Am I wrong? I mean, where's their body of work? Exactly.
Well, they wanted me to quit doing it with you and start doing it with them.
Please do. Jeez.
You done, huh?
Yeah, I'm announcing my retirement on
I'm out. All right. He said, quote, I think there's another level of intelligence as far as the IQ pieces on and off the court. Everyone is locked into the details as well. You don't have to repeat yourself over and over. We don't have to redo our 5-on-0 stuff when we are putting in new plays. I think it's another level of intelligence and being grateful to be here. Shots.
I can't believe that there have been
basketball players.
How many quotes has there been this offseason that we've gone over? They talk so much. I really just wish the games would start
soon. 3 days.
Yeah, this is going to be a game that shows
lose,
us a lot.
Lose to Ottawa.
It's going to be like 130 to 50. Like, Jesus, how did Marcus Damask have 42 points? What's going to happen? What do you want me to say?
Right. He said, quote, "The biggest thing is understanding our common goal. Everyone's on the same page. That was a day one thing. We determined as a group what our common goal was. I talked to Marcus during the draft process and got feedback from him. He mentioned to me that all he wanted to do was win. Quincy wants to win. Justin wants to win. They've all been a part of their own success. I think it's pretty easy when you all have one common goal, and that's to win."
My takeaway from that quote is that this team is
that not
old.
Every college team?
But this team is old, and I think they get it more than last year's team.
Yeah. That makes sense.
These guys have all played a lot of basketball. Like Quincy Guerrier is 32 years old.
Imbrat says RJ made many defense mistakes too. Yeah. Fly the Dub says everyday guys. I'm over everyday guys.
I'm all for going after RJ, but
need a new motto.
I'm all for going after RJ, but
yeah, it's time to move on. New season, new players, right?
I honestly forgot that he existed until today.
Does Ashton
Great question
want to win?
Hard-hitting question. I'd like to see why didn't they send him to
they didn't send him to media day, so I'm not real sure about Ashton.
You think he's going to play against Ottawa at all?
Yeah.
He'll get like 10 minutes, probably put up 30 points.
So Ethan, we talked about me and Ethan went golfing today, walked 9 holes, worked on our swings a little bit, and we were talking about the Ottawa game and if the starting 5 for the Ottawa game would be the starting 5 to begin the season. And Ethan says definitely yes. What happens if AJ Red's in that lineup?
That's a good point. That would negate my thoughts, certainly.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it's going to be Rogers. If they actually – I don't think they're going to – they might put AJ Red in the starting 5. I think Kansas might be the exhibition where you see the starting 5.
Yeah.
Rogers, Shannon, Goody, Hawkins, Danger is kind of where I'm at right now. I mean, he was throwing out random starting lineups in Spain. I think now is the time where you put the 5 that you want on the floor at the same time and see what happens.
Yeah, and I feel like Damask could work into that starting spot.
Damask is definitely a better overall player than Goody.
But I think with the injury and I think you throw Goody out there to start the season at least.
Yeah, I think anybody that thinks Goody's actually a better player than Damask is probably wrong. But
I thought it was interesting that Illinois tweeted yesterday, I think, and it said automatic, and it was Goody making 1 3-pointer. So
that's pretty automatic right there.
Yeah.
At least have the decency to show the same one 3 times in a row.
Yeah, they should just over and over automatic. Last thing I got, we couldn't end media day without an elite quote from Brad Underwood. He did say of Coleman Hawkins that he is one of the elite defenders in college basketball, and Terrence Shannon Jr. is one of the better two-way players. Ouch. He didn't say elite.
Am I wrong for thinking that Terrence Shannon's defense is a little overrated? Am I wrong?
Overrated? I thought you liked it last year.
I thought it could have been a little better than it was.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm not paying attention. Just feel like I thought he would be a little better defensively. Like, where is he? Where would you rank him defensively?
I don't think he does anything crazy, I guess. Like, he doesn't.
Well, the crazy. Well, he does get some nice steals and some cool dunks, but like he's probably the 3rd or 4th best on-ball defender on this team, right? I haven't seen Harmon enough. Harmon might be better.
Yeah.
I think Rodgers and Sincere are probably better. I don't know.
And Hawkins, I'd say.
I don't know anything about me. When I play basketball, I don't play any defense. I really don't know.
You don't even run down the other end of the court, do you?
Very rarely. Yeah. I just kind of stand there and
stand on the wing, waiting to shoot the three. Just post it up like this.
Yeah,
it's
exactly. It's if you watch Messi on the soccer field, he kind of just walks around and then gets the ball and then scores.
I mean,
that's what I do on the basketball.
You're comparing your basketball skills to
Absolutely.
Messi.
Yeah, easily. I'm better than him at both.
Jay says, hopefully Shannon worked on going right this year. Well, I mean, he did have a cast on his left hand, so he had to work on it a little bit. So we'll see. I don't know if you were here last episode, Jay, but apparently his pull-up game's better too. So
if Terrence Shannon played a version close to his UCLA game last year for the entire season, would he be first team All-American?
I would say. I mean,
I said close.
That was an elite performance.
You know who else was good in that game?
Sincere.
Sky Clark.
I don't even know who that is.
He was pretty good in that game. I was so high on Sky Clark. God, I got burnt there. We've only done this podcast. It's like what, our fourth or fifth season?
Yeah.
I've gotten burnt so many times by thinking that
you do. You were Adam Miller, Sky Clark.
Miller. At least Adam Miller had a good season.
Leaves.
Well, Adam Miller had a good season though, you know.
He did.
And like the second game of the year, he had like 28 points. Compared to the others, yeah. I mean, Adam Miller had me fooled. I was like, oh man, this guy's going to be a lottery pick guy.
Yep.
But he wasn't. I mean, you know, his first, his second game of his career, or where's it at here? Hold on. First game of his career, he had 28 points. I mean, what did you expect me to think? A quality North Carolina A&T team. Hey, that team went 7-1 in their conference that year.
I mean,
I love how they played 8 conference games. Welcome to COVID. Yeah. It wasn't Adam Miller's fault they lost to Loyola Chicago. He had 10 points, 2 rebounds, and assist, and was 4 for 6 from the field. So, anyway.
Mother, though. Well, just wait for the – never mind.
Wait for who? Who is it again?
DGL's mom.
Yes.
Whew,
watch out.
Yeah, let's not get on her bad side. The AP poll dropped yesterday. Illinois comes in 25th. Had one of my buddies text and ask if this was too high. He thinks Illinois is a little overrated. I thought it was just right. I think 25 is about where I expected.
I expected 21 or 22.
Yeah, I know you think a little higher of this team. So Ethan's already going through the Big Ten schedule, and I think Illinois might start 18-0 when Ethan drops his predictions. So
stay tuned; it might happen.
You never know. But yeah, I this is kind of where I expected them. I mean, anywhere from 20 to 25. We talked about last year; they were unranked going into the season. Is that correct? Did you Google that?
Yeah, they definitely were.
So, yeah, this is seems like a good spot.
I mean, nobody is more disrespected in the AP Top 25 preseason poll for this, which, by the way, none of this matters. But it's something to talk about. Alabama was super disrespected. 24th for Alabama. I think that's wrong. But shout out to my guy Rico Bosco, who's on top of this, talking about this. Alabama less talented this year, but they might be a better team, which I think is something that might be said about Illinois. Like, not as much talent as last year, but they could be a better team than they were last year. There were a couple of Big Ten teams right on the outside. So in the Big Ten, you have Purdue 3rd, Michigan State 4th. I think Purdue should be number 1, but that's just me, or at least number 2, based on how preseason polls are usually done.
Yeah.
I think UConn should probably be 1 ahead of Marquette, but once again, that's just me. And then Michigan State was 4th, and Illinois 25th, and then Wisconsin was the highest vote getter that didn't get in. Maryland was 5th on that. So Wisconsin and Maryland were close. Indiana, surprised Indiana only got 3 votes. That's kind of shocking. And that's it for that. I mean, Indiana got 2 more votes than New Mexico and 2 more than Drake. That's a little disrespectful there.
Yeah, so as currently standing, I mean, Illinois has an exhibition with number 1. They play Purdue twice, Michigan State twice,
Marquette,
Tennessee,
FAU,
Atlantic. So that's
a little scary.
7 games against top 10 teams currently. I mean, it doesn't mean anything right now. Like you said, no. I mean, nobody knows till they actually get on the court. And
Purdue is going to start the year undefeated again in non-conference. Like, they'll beat Gonzaga. They'll beat Arizona. They're going to win a ton of games early. Purdue's going to be number 1 for a while, and then they're going to win the national championship, but we'll talk about that some other time, I guess. Yeah, Illinois is 19th on KenPom. The KenPom rankings dropped. Illinois' preseason adjusted offensive efficiency is 18th. Defensive efficiency preseason 21st. They're also 13th on Evan Miyakawa's analytics site. So he has Purdue 1, Tennessee 2, Houston 3, Duke 4, Creighton 5, UConn 6, Kansas 7, Gonzaga 8, Marquette 9, Texas 10, Baylor 11, Arizona 12, Illinois 13, Michigan State 14. He's also got Indiana 34th, Ohio State 25th, Maryland 36th, Rutgers 46th, Wisconsin 35th, Iowa 47th, and Michigan 49th. I was bouncing all over the place there.
Yeah. So if you look at their analytics, I think Haslametrics had them like 13 or 15 or something like that.
Haslametrics had them.
I know we talked about it.
14th. Yeah. So more similar to Miyakawa, who had
KenPom 19, Miyakawa is 13. So I mean,
if you look at that.
If you look at that, you would think that 25 is a little underrated. So
they're 29th on Bart Torvik.
Okay. Bergie says, congrats to the ladies basketball team. Also, they came in at 23rd, I believe, in the preseason poll.
It's disrespect.
So, yeah.
I can't wait to get to this comment here. Let's go ahead and do this one.
Yeah, AO says Brad Underpants' record is starting to look a lot like Bruce Weber, and the fan base was at an uproar. This team will underachieve, and then what? Personally, I don't think Illinois should have ever got rid of Bruce Weber, so I don't know how everybody else felt, but John Gross was not a good replacement for that. And then we got misery for how long was Gross here? 8 years?
Yeah, it was not good. I mean,
forever.
Yeah. Let me see here. It was only 5, but it felt like 8. It
felt like 20.
He did win 20 games 3 times. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but they didn't play anybody.
Yeah, they did go under 500 every year in the Big Ten except for 1. So
yeah, their non-conference schedule when John Gross was here was awful.
Yeah, they 8-10, 7-11, 9-9, 5-13, 8-10. Now you want to look at Brad Underpants? You look at his record in the Big Ten: 4-14, 7-13, 13-7, 16-4, 15-5, 11-9. Seems better. I don't understand the point of this comment. I think number one, it's structured terribly. I think it's all over the place. They spelled Weber's last name correctly or wrong. I don't even know. I think it is 2 B's. That's actually probably correct. But that's not the reason. I don't understand the comment though. Like, it's starting to look a lot like Bruce Weber. It is 1 B, right?
It is 1 B.
Okay, yes, yeah. So I nailed that. Yeah. And the fan base at an uproar to get Weber out of here? Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, apparently. I don't think the fan base knew that the idiot AD was going to replace him with John Gross, though. If that's what they're,
Yeah, it's hard to think of a dumber hire than that. But I guess at the time, people wouldn't think he was going to be a good mid-major guy and just a terrible power conference guy. I don't know. You need a salesman if you're looking for a college basketball coach, like Bruce Pearl, who I know we hate, but like that guy's a pretty good salesman for his programs.
I mean, Underwood or Weber was what? 2 210 and 101. I'll take that all the time.
But I mean, how many? I mean, he had Bill Self's team for a couple of years, which
Well,
obviously helps.
Yeah, I mean, they went 26-7, 37-2, of course.
26-7.
26-7. But then, I mean, he won 24 games, 21 games, 20 games. Then he won 17, and they gave him the boot. So
he was good. Yeah, he was good. Nothing against Bruce Weber. But obviously, they would have won a national championship if Bill Self didn't leave. I mean, it's pretty simple.
You know, there are people that say that they wouldn't even have made the Sweet 16 if.
Well, those people are stupid.
Damn. My dad's one of those people. I'll let him know.
I don't understand the point. Like, it's so hypothetical. It's like we could both be wrong. We could both be right. We're never going to know. But I feel pretty comfortable if Bill Self was coaching the 04-05 team, that they probably, if they get to the national championship, they probably win.
Well, I don't know about that. Illinois got screwed that game. And that UNC team wasn't even legal. They weren't even going to classes. So Illinois won that year.
It's very much a 2005.
I got the banner hanging in my back room. Illinois national champs. So
that's why they haven't won since. That's just a loser's mentality. How have we not got any subscribers? I mean, what are we doing here? Jesus. Anyway.
Imbrot says, I think Sky had a lot to do with last year's issues. I think it was a combination of a lot of people.
I'd say
you can't blame it on Sky. He left, 10 games in? When did he leave?
It was after the Northwestern game in January. So it was like 13, 14 games.
Jay says, how many championships would we have won if Self stayed? I'd say we'd have at least 2.
8. They would have won one if he stayed.
I think so, yeah.
Eventually. I don't know. It sucks. But I don't see how anybody can blame him for leaving. Like, Kansas is
absolutely not.
It's better.
Yeah.
I don't have anything against the guy. One thing I do find offensive is his hairpiece. It's pretty offensive. Looks awful. Anyway.
I didn't know he had a hairpiece.
Oh, please look at that thing. That ain't real.
That's gonna be you in 5 years.
It is. I've been saying it. Yeah. Be prepared. I'm wearing a hat for a reason. No, it's not really noticeable unless it's just me. It's fine.
All right.
Why don't we have any subscribers? I don't get it.
I don't know.
Whatever. Announcements. This is the announcements for what is this, high school? I'm just gonna put this up here. Hold on. Subscribe.
Perfect. Boom.
Just like that. Anyway, what do I have here? Let's see. Watch party changes. Couple things. We have a new microphones. That's a change. That's coming. Hopefully different, because you remember our last couple watch parties of the year last year, we had mics we were holding.
We did, yeah.
That's no good.
You held yours. I just set mine on the table.
This hat's going to be back. Bringing this thing back. I think this team will be more inclined to pull out the lunch pails than last year's team.
Yeah.
I think that's safe to say. We haven't set a watch party schedule yet, but I think for November and December, we can figure all those out ahead of time, and I will put it in a graphic and post it. But just looking at the schedule, I can confidently say Eastern Illinois will do. We'll probably do Oakland as well, just because I think it might be a Big Ten plus game. So might as well just bite the bullet on that one. I think. Is it a big? It's got to be, right? Is the first? That might be a big. Whatever. Either way, we're doing the first two, right? I mean, we can say that.
Yeah. We
want to pad our watch party record, like 2-0 start.
Kansas.
Yeah, Kansas. Which I'll flash the graphic for that here.
Kansas, and then opening night.
Yeah, that's Eastern Illinois. I already said that.
Yeah, I might get a call to throw out the first pitch. So
I have zero clue what that means.
Oh.
All right. Kansas, Illinois, October 29th, 2020. I don't know what you're talking about. 5 p.m. Central. You could donate to the Hawaii Community Foundation, Maui Strong Fund.
Ethan's an idiot. He said Hawaii today earlier. It wasn't on camera though, so
I like to change it up. What do you want me to say?
I don't know. He called everybody that says it wrong idiots.
I did do that.
That's all I know.
Yeah, so you can check this out. I can also say that we will do probably Valpo and Southern. I don't know. We're gonna do all. I don't know. I mean, why not? I mean, at this point, we're feel like it's good for engagement.
Yeah, I don't know. You know my schedule. I mean, if we can do it, we can do it.
I think we'll be doing a lot more games. I think we're gonna set a record this year for how many we do. And I can definitely say that we are going to do the Florida Atlantic MSG game. That I can guarantee. I think I could probably guarantee Missouri, although that's really up to you. I think that our Missouri track record of watch parties has been extremely good for views and stuff and, and interactions.
There's a good chance of that.
You're going to Tennessee, so
I am.
That'll be fun to tweet about them scoring 35 points.
My buddy said we're going to have a good look at all of Pat Summit's banners. So we got really good seats.
Great. Colgate or Fairleigh Dickinson, I would think at least one of those two. And then we'll figure out the Big Ten schedule when we get to it. I feel like the Big Ten thing is just to feel it out and see what happens type thing. But yeah, I think we said that we would do all the first or all the Big Ten Plus games, which are the first three, other than Marquette. So can probably commit to those. KenPom has them beating Marquette by 1, by the way.
Really?
Yeah. FS1, 7:00. So we'll do that one. That's probably do that one at least. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe, maybe not. Can't commit to that fully. You never know. Subscribe to the YouTube. I don't know what people are doing with that. I mean, Jesus. Come on, folks. Let's get moving on this a little bit. Still at 326. That sucks.
Is there anybody in here that's not subscribed? There's no way there's that everybody here isn't subscribed.
That's a pretty cocky thing to say.
Imbrat says the first 3 games besides Marquette are on BTN Plus. Yeah,
I already said that.
Fly the Dub says, who are the top area high school players this season? Merez Johnson, number 1, going to Illinois. Can you stop typing? I got it pulled up already.
I was pulling it up.
Cooper Koch, going to Iowa. He's a 4-star, ranked 71st nationally.
There's no way that's his name.
Lathan Somerville, 3-star, 102nd in the nation. He is going to Rutgers. Jason Jaxtis, Illinois, born and bred. He is number 4.
Yorkville,
110. Angelo Ciaravino.
Let me see. What's his ranking?
Whose?
I got him. Okay,
Angelo?
Mount Carmel. Angelo Ciaravino.
He's going to Northwestern.
He's a made man.
Yeah. Other than that, they're all like 200 plus. So
plenty of Big Ten teams in the mix there.
Number 11, Jack Stanton from Downers Grove, Illinois, is going to Princeton.
Seriously? What a waste.
Yep.
Even though Princeton got further in the tournament than Illinois last year.
Yeah, so we have 2 of the top 4. Seems pretty good.
For the standards we have, yeah.
Our area, Central Illinois.
Nobody would be the answer to that. They're all up by Chicago.
Normal, Jaheim Weber of Normal. Eon Dillon of Peoria, Notre Dame.
That one dude that Lathan guy that's going to Rutgers is Peoria.
Oh, yeah. And Lathan Somerville, 6'9" center, is from Peoria, Richwood. So, other than that, they're all Chicago or suburbs.
DeMonte Williams, Peoria. Who's the best NBA player from Peoria?
That's a question I don't know the answer to.
I was trying to look to see if there was anybody that I would forget, but I would say it's probably Sean Livingston. He's got several rings, right? Yeah.
Where did the St. Joe kid go to? This year or next year? 2024 or 2023? Frankie, I don't have any idea. All I got is 17 kids on this.
All right, moving along from this conversation.
Yeah, you can keep going.
500 subscriber Illini talk live stream. I would like to do that right before the regular season starts. Their first game is November something. November 6th. Okay. So maybe like the day before or a couple days before, like November 4th or 5th, we could do for that. Just kind of a hop on here, talk, take questions, talk ball, and try to get to 500 subs. And if we don't, this podcast is over. If we don't get to 500 before the season starts, shutting it down. It's done for good. If you guys want to reach out about sponsorship stuff, you can email. It's in the description of the thing.
Yeah. So some of you guys contacted us for sponsors. We've contacted some other people. Let us know. Give us feedback on the pricing if you guys think it's too much. I mean, we're willing to talk to whatever works for your business. We don't want to alienate you by charging too much for it. So let us know. We got some feedback. Some people thought it was okay. Nobody said that it's too much, but if you think it is, let us know and we'll work with you. So
also, one thing I want to try this season, and this is very much a test. I don't know if it's going to work. It might spectacularly fail. Is a thing where I'm trying to find something here so I can read this correctly. Hold on. It is a voicemail thing, a voicemail feature where people can leave us voicemails for episodes so we can listen to them as a segment on the show. It's right here is the link to the thing. I'll just put that in the chat right here while we're all together. I think that would be a good feature to try. I think it's something where you just go, you record your message. I don't know I think the messages are limited to like 90 seconds maybe or something, or 60 seconds, one of those two.
So no rants.
Yeah, so people are going to have to, cut themselves off, I guess.
Does it give you like a 10-second warning?
I think you can see the timing on the screen while you do it.
Gotcha.
I haven't tested this yet, so maybe it works, maybe it doesn't, but we're going to try it. If people want to leave us a voicemail after games to talk about things, I think I'll post that link as much as I can on Twitter after games so people remember to do it. You want to talk about the team, you want to rant about what you think. I'm going to need to probably, I guess I either need me or maybe one of us finds a third party to listen to it before, because I don't want to put anything on the air that is no good, especially since we do this live.
Are you going to call in and do rants? Because that's what I want to hear.
Who?
You.
Why would I do that when I'm already on the show?
You might not be on the show by then.
Good point. Good point.
What was I talking about before the voicemail? Sponsorships.
I didn't put up an overlay for that, but maybe eventually I will. We have another announcement coming next week, but can't get into that. It's a big one too. Enormous, some would say. Probably can't quit the podcast because of it.
True.
But anyway, so try to leave, if you want to leave a voicemail after games, like I said, speakpipe.com/Illini basketball podcast to leave a voicemail. Put your name. You got to put your name in there so we know who you are. Okay, Fly the Dub. Let's relax with that. The Blackhawks, give me a break. No interest. Sorry. And I can't even say what I was about to say. Anyway, so I think that's, John Rothstein followed me on Twitter.
Congrats. Who cares? Burger King also followed him, folks. So I don't say I think his account got hacked.
I'm blowing up.
John Ross. It's probably because you bought that shirt that he, copied off of somebody else.
I got some pretty legit follows on Twitter, so just something to think about. Such as Xbox Support follows me. They follow 245,000 people though. And Jose Bautista. I mean, it's all legit. It's all there. But yeah, I think that's it for what we have to say. I mean, maybe if anybody wants to throw some comments out there, maybe get us to can we get to 330 subscribers before we're done?
Hawks.
Yeah, that's great. I mean, nobody cares. Can we get to 4 more subscribers?
If you're already subscribed, type subscribed, subbed in the chat. So
that
Ethan knows
like a lot to ask for.
So Ethan knows that all 18 people listening right now are subbed.
That feels like a lot to ask for.
I'm just saying.
Can we get to 330 on this thing?
What are we at?
326. I'll put it up again.
All right, I'll go make 4 accounts real quick.
I could help if you want me to. 326.
Yeah. So if you're listening to this on Apple or Spotify or whatever else you listen on and not watching it on YouTube, you can probably stop listening now because Ethan's just going to drag this on until we get to 330. So
I mean, 330 is not a lot to ask for.
Look at them. They're all subbed.
Mm-hmm. I'll sit here in silence. I don't care. Get us to 330. Any other things you want to lay out to the listeners or say?
I don't think so. Like, subscribe, comment, thumbs up.
I think you also have an email. You have
repost.
an email to send.
And I got to send an email to Imbrat's sister.
Yeah, don't forget about that. There you go.
Good call. I'll do that now.
330. Instead of leaving, why don't you have a call? Yeah, that is the original thing that I looked into, but it is a lot, and I'd like to see if the voicemail thing is successful at all before. Oh, Jesus. Come on. What are we doing here? Jesus, people. Now we got to get to 5 more. 5 more. Most are, we're back. We're back to 326. There we go.
Good work.
On the up.
I got to go grab a phone, so you go ahead.
4 more.
It's been 4 the whole time. We did get 2 during this, right? Or 3?
3, yeah.
Heck yeah. One was you.
Plus 3. Yeah, plus 2, I guess. Come on. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's not that many. Somebody text their significant other or relative and tell them there's Jesus. Come on. Again. And the people listening to this, every time I yell like that, it's because we lost a subscriber. Somebody's trolling me. I respect it. I'll sit here. There we go. Somebody's doing something. Somebody's doing that blatantly, okay? I will sit here for 30 more hours. 30.
I just told my wife to go sub to us.
I mean, we somebody's just sitting there unsubscribing and subscribing because it happened again. It's frustrating.
It's actually me.
I don't buy that. Makes for good content, though. You're telling me all 21, not even all 21. You're telling me that 19 people of the 21 that are on YouTube that are watching this right now can't subscribe?
I'm telling you, they're all subscribed.
I'm saying, like, do you think 19 of them are all 19 of them are subscribed?
Hazel, get on.
What? Who?
He
What?
said he'll sit with you so I can leave.
Okay, yeah, hop on, dude.
Send him the link. Let's just get everybody here just to sit here with us.
That's another thing I've thought about. I think we need to do that sometime.
I can't believe 21 people are watching us beg for subs on YouTube right now.
Pretty embarrassing. You guys should be doing something else. Yeah, I think another idea that I've had is maybe like when Illinois on Selection Sunday night, when we do that show, maybe we get a bunch of people to pop on and talk with us. That's an idea I've had. I think one thing that I want to do this season is kind of incorporate the listeners a little bit more in a fun way, which is why the voicemail idea, 327.
Hey-o.
The voicemail thing is a
That was
thing.
probably my wife.
Took a while, but whatever. It's fine. 327. All right. Three more. I mean, this is going to be impossible to get to 500 when we try it in a couple weeks. Impossible.
What are we going to do when we sit here trying to get 100?
We're gonna have the backing of other people for that one. That'll be easier. Just wait. Just stay tuned.
Ethan is very desperate. If you listen back to the whole thing,
it's borderline embarrassing.
Yeah. Eat me as 1, 2, 3. I made a second account. Guess who?
Feels like too quick with Fly the Dubs. It's probably not him, but maybe it's Hayes 21. I could see it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Three more.
Only gets them brats. So
this is another one of those episodes that's just awful to listen to for the podcast listeners.
Yeah, that's why I told them to leave 10 minutes ago.
It's true. I just wanted to remind them. Just wanted to remind them that it sucked.
Yeah, you guys. I was being serious. You can leave now.
Yeah, you guys are
Sidewinder. That was going to be my guess.
Free to go, guys. Free to go.
3 more. Can you make 3 more, Sidewinder? Thank you.
I'll go unsubscribe with all my accounts right now. We could do 9 more hours of this. But that would be hard to upload to Spotify if we did 9 hours of this. Not great. $327. 3 more to go. Come on. Not that hard. Let's go. Come on. What the hell? Three to go. Do I hear a 3? Is there somebody in the back? Any other thoughts that you have? We have a new banner for the podcast. That's gonna
be new banner
coming in.
What else is going on? Did you get a computer? We're going to be able to do watch parties?
I do have an alternate computer that we're going to try. There's going to be a lot of testing before we do the Kansas one to make sure that it works.
Yeah.
It's a good question.
Fly the Dub says, how much playing time for Hansberry this season? I'm going to say 10. He's going to average 10 minutes a game.
I'd like to equate that to Dane Danger last season and take a little bit off. So let me look at Dane Danger's.
Gary says, what does it take to subscribe? All you got to do is hit that little subscribe button. Can you show him how to subscribe? You're probably already subscribed, Gary.
I think he's speaking in what kind of language is that for the subscribe word? Like Czechian or something? Is that the language they speak in Czechia? What do they speak in Czechia?
I think he just hit the J instead of the U.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know about that.
I mean, I don't know why anybody would sub to us because all you do is make fun of people.
If it's like that, I mean, it's whatever. You're just trying to take the high road or something weird. It's a counterbalance thing. Dane Danger played 20. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I'm gonna say that he plays like 8 minutes a game, 8.3, somewhere in that range. Maybe more, maybe less, you know? There you go. I guess I could, hold on. I mean, stand-up comedy for me would be an embarrassment. Okay, so if you go to the podcast thing here, hold on. Click on the podcast subscribe button right here. Subscribe. Boom. Then you can see we're live right here. Also, you can see this. Maui. We'll see you on in 11 days. Game starts at 5 Central. There you go. I just accidentally unshared the subscriber count. 3 to go. Hayes' grandma is making a YouTube account and will subscribe shortly. This feels like a lot of false promises coming through, everybody. Maybe not, though. Maybe not. All right. I might have to call this. This is not working. You're also writing an article or something.
I mean, I'm writing a professional email to try to get us sponsors.
Yeah,
I know you
'cause
don't
our
know
show-
how to do that.
Oh, weird. I just got an email from a potential sponsor saying that they want to help out.
Oh,
And it was a person that may or may not have been in this chat earlier. So there you go. I'll send it over to you. Get your thoughts. I'm going to put something in the private chat here so you can see it.
I can't believe 17 people are still watching us. What's going on?
What are you guys
You guys
doing?
can go to bed.
Seriously.
Bedtime yet?
We'll take that off air, but I just wanted to.
I mean, so I'm assuming I know who it is.
Yeah, I just typed who it was.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah.
I do, by the way. I do.
Okay.
So
Okay. Yeah.
I can figure that out.
Yeah. I'll forward that over to you when we're done. But anyway, 3 to go. Jesus, 3 subscribers. How hard is it? You know how many people are on YouTube? My God. Come on.
Holy cow.
Well,
Yeah.
that'll wake some people up. The only reason that there's 16 people watching this on YouTube right now is because everybody's asleep. They fell asleep watching this, and I just woke them up by yelling at them.
Hi, Dub. Take care. Thanks for stopping by. We'll actually be. When are we doing our next one? Next week sometime? We're going to do before the Kansas game, right?
Yeah, I was thinking like the 25th.
Yeah. So we'll see you in 8 days.
Talk a little Ottawa, talk a little preseason predictions, talk a little how bad our predictions have been this entire time throughout this podcast. Yeah, I think we're done with guests for the off season. And we might have an announcement to discuss next week anyway, so we're going to need to go live with that. So, yeah, I mean, how are we still at 327? Maybe we don't have as much pull as I thought we did. Not that I thought we had a lot of pull. I just thought that,
I mean, don't you think that like people that watch us later will be the ones to subscribe that aren't subscribed yet? It's not going to be the people like it's not going to be the people watching us right now.
I mean, yeah, that's a point that you could make. Too,
Uh-oh. Got one. You have berated them enough.
Yeah, I mean, all you got to do is start talking smack to people, and they'll start doing stuff. They'll start doing what you want. All right, one more. How hard is this? 329. Let's go. One more. I mean, it's not that hard. 330 is not a goal to it's not much, it's not a high ceiling goal. We're not going for a lot. I mean, we're dropping viewers like crazy now, which, like I said, I don't blame anybody for leaving. There we go. There's 330. Now I'm going to take this off the screen before it goes back to 329. That's gone. Okay. 330. All right. We gained 7 subscribers from this stream. That was a very worthy cause. It only, added like 10 or 15 minutes of the podcast, which it's always good, right?
I hope that people listening on podcast apps left 15 minutes ago, but maybe they enjoy you berating them.
I mean, I think they might. I mean, We've dropped like 11 viewers in the last 10 minutes, but we wanted them to go. It's like, hey, go live your lives. You don't need to be listening to this. This thing sucks. But hey, that's our brand. I don't like how this orange on this shirt does not fit the actual Illini orange, but maybe it does. I don't know. Whatever. I think it does. Anyway, I think that's. I think we've all seen enough, huh? This has been episode 171, and we'll be back for episode 172 next week. Preview show next week. That'll be a good one. That'll be hopefully a high viewer one. I don't know what time of the day we'll do that. Probably normal time, which usually I think the majority of our podcasts have been 4:00 podcasts. So we'll see. We'll keep you in the loop on that. Stay tuned to the Twitter account at Podcast Illini. Several announcements and other things to come on there, plus general Illini tweets talking about the football team. I think is our most engaged tweet activity-wise over the last month, was saying that the offensive coordinator should be fired. But hey, they beat Maryland last week, so whatever. But we'll see everybody next week for episode 172. Later.